So it is January, let me see, I guess January 9th, 2021. And I am 9 days into my 12 resolutions. I've done really well. But I want to talk about not my New Year's resolutions, but I want to talk about this generation that's coming up that's in their 20s right now. And I've cried so many times today, it's not funny. I see our kids ungrounded. And maybe what spawned it was our next door neighbors who have 4 girls who practically lived over at my house for their childhood. I was reading the newspaper and the oldest, on her 18th birthday, got drunk and was driving and gave the officer fake identification, got in the car and led them on a high-speed chase, and then jumped from the car and ran and was apprehended. And they're lost. As mothers, we thought that we could work and be moms at the same time and leave the world to do the parenting. And I have to say it didn't work. I'm sorry, parents, but it was a horrible, horrible, horrible experiment, and it failed miserably. Our children need their parents. They need their moms full time at home. And they're not getting the lessons that they need to get from the world. And I don't know if anybody's going to recognize it or not before they all fall off the cliff. In Scotland, there's this phenomena that happens where a sheep, a lone sheep, not a lone sheep, but one of the sheep in the pack will lead the entire herd off of a cliff to their deaths. And they all follow. And we've seen these TV shows about tattoo artists, and then the entire generation goes out and gets a tattoo. And we've seen people that were committing crimes, and we have copycat people that go and do the same thing. And it's killing our teenagers. It's killing the next generation. And somebody has to step up and say, you're headed for a wreck. I don't want to see you do that. And yes, you're going to get hammered by that generation. They're going to call you Karen. I've been called Karen so many times, it's not funny. I'm actually beginning to like the name. But somebody has to stand up and say, you are worth saving. Don't go off the cliff. Somebody's got to raise their voice and tell the sheep not to follow that stupid sheep that's leading them off the cliff to their deaths. There might be a spirit out there that thinks that you are absolutely miserable here on earth and that you would be better off dead. And I'm telling you that you're not. It's a lie. You're not better off dead. You're not better off being the bad mistake so that the next generation can watch your stupidity and not repeat it. You don't have to be a bad example. You don't have to show the next generation how stupid you are so that they don't make the same mistakes. You are worth saving. You're worth doing the right thing and having a great life and not having to go through the wreck. You can do it. And only you have that choice. Only you can actually fix it. And that means every day waking up and not doing what you did yesterday. It means having self-respect for yourself. It means that you're not flashing your titties all over the YouTube or wherever. It means that you're not trying to do everything in your power that your parents didn't want you to do. It's about being respectful to yourself and to others. And about treating your body with respect and not poisoning it with all of the poisons that they've put out there. They've made this Garden of Eden a garden of poisons. They've made it into a treacherous obstacle course. And I apologize for that. Our generation apologizes for that. We let them get out of control because we were too busy wanting to follow our own careers. We didn't want to wake up and pay attention to what they were doing, what they were feeding you, what they were legalizing. But guess what? I don't have kids here anymore. This is my full-time job now, is to help this nest become a better nest. If we're going to keep bringing babies into this world, we can't let it turn into hell. We can't do it. You owe it to yourself and to the future generations, to the innocent babies that we're bringing into it, not to let it slide into that. And the only way to make it not hell is to care as much about the other person or the other side's problems as you do your own. If you've got a problem, if my enemy has a problem, it's my problem too. We owe it to each other to solve those problems together. If you're a Democrat, the Republican Party's problems are just as important as your own, maybe more so. If you help the Republicans solve their problems, then I can guarantee they're going to start helping the Democrats solve theirs. You're not going to have the same environment if you help each other solve each other's problems. It's not going to look like this anymore. It's going to change. But it'll change for the better. You may not recognize it, but you'll be blown away by how amazing it is. We owe it to ourselves and to this generation to say you don't have to be a bad example. You don't have to do it the wrong way so that the kids won't do it the wrong way. Don't let your kids be forsaken. They were not made for the sake of the next generation. It's not how we do it. You don't sacrifice your own life to try and save your kids' lives, because your kids just end up sacrificing their lives. And then you just end up with a bunch of dead, really hurt people. Really hurt.